Good morning. This is week 2. I'm just going to share the screen, and here's what we're doing this week. This week is all about observing and recording what was observed. And I know this sounds like, oh gosh, that's just so easy. You just look at what they're doing and write down what you think. But there is a lot more to it, and that's what this is all about. You're going to read Marion chapter 6, and then hopefully you'll come over here to the learning modules and read what is in week 2, because I have some really good information for you. I'll explain that a little further in a second. There's also a PowerPoint that's all about observing, and there's a narrated PowerPoint as well, where I talk about what's on the PowerPoint, and I give you a little extra. When you listen to the narration, you will hear things that I would include if I was face-to-face in a classroom rather than just you reading it. So that's the difference. A lot of times I'll throw in things that happened in my first grade classroom, because I did teach first grade for 10 years. And so there are a lot of classroom management kind of issues that I can throw in. Okay. You're going to do post reading response number 1 in the reading response journal. Make sure you look at the criteria in your syllabus before responding. If you have any questions at all about what we're doing this week, please make sure you contact me, and I'll set up a Zoom visit or maybe a phone call, whatever works for you. When you do email me, please make sure you identify what course you're in, because I teach 4 different classes, and that means I don't have to hunt through 4 different lists to see which class you're in. Okay, hope you have a wonderful week. I'm going to go ahead and just look at the learning module. This is what I'm talking about here. Learning module week 2, and read through that. One thing I want to point out is this business down here about writing down your observations. There's a way to do it and a way not to do it. The first example, when you look at this, Kara is unhappy about coming to school. She has trouble making friends and struggles with her homework. Her belongings are not well taken care of. She fakes being sick after lunch. You know, those are judgment calls. They may be totally true. I mean, who knows? But they're judgment calls. And if you're ever called down to the principal's office to conference with a parent and you have nothing but judgment calls on your anecdotal notes or on notes you send home to the parent, you have very little to stand on. When you write down observations about a child that's having difficulty, you have to be specific. If I was to rewrite this example, I would say Kara cries every morning when she gets to school. That let the reader come to their own conclusion. Well, she must be unhappy. She does not talk to the other children during class or play with them at recess. Again, if I was the reader of that note, I would think, oh, she really has trouble making friends. Instead of saying that in the note, tell the reader what's happening. And so you can read through the rest of that. It's really important, and it can really cover you. If you ever get in a situation where a parent disputes what you're saying, if you have highly specific notes that make no judgments at all, they just write down dates, times, what you specifically observed, what you heard these students say, you have all the facts to back up what you're saying. If you just have a bunch of judgmental notes, a lot of times you can't back up what you're saying. Anyhow, okay. I hope you have a great week. Bye.